I am Dita Schmidt, a fourth year NHV student at the Academy for Hotel and Facility, where I study international real estate and facility management. During my graduation period, I decided to do an internship for my personalization part. My internship is at Uitjesbureau, an organization that offers high quality team building events throughout the country. The main clients are companies and organizations that are in need of team building exercises or want to enhance the team bond. Uitjesbureau is part of Promo Podium, an event company that started off small 17 years ago. Annually, the company provides over 3,500 events, which vary between groups of 15 people to 600 people. These are run by full-time employees, freelancers, interns, and entertainers at different locations like offices, zoo, museums, cafes, hotels, and restaurants. The type of events that are offered are smartphone games like the Escape City and the Beach Escape, but also casino events, ranking the colleagues, or tailor-made events. The focus of the events is getting to know different cities, team building, and discover the type of qualities within co-workers in a joyful way. During my time at Uitjesbureau, I mainly worked at the sales department where I learned how to communicate with clients, how to search for the right locations, and how to negotiate with them about. But what is the management problem? During the start of my internship, we had a workshop on how to add value to events. During the workshop, we discussed on how small things can have great impact on how clients perceive a given service. After every event, we sent an information form to our guests via start.com. The clients can score our website, the startup phase, the chosen event, the location, and the entertainers. All categories score around 8 or higher. Nevertheless, the location scored lower than 8. So my professional product is how we can increase the score and to find out what goes wrong at certain locations. The topic at the locations that will be discussed are the quality of food, the service speed, the atmosphere in the venue, and the staff of the location, but also things from our side like technical problems, how are the materials, and what happens when bottlenecks occur. So the main question is how can Uitjesbureau proactive influence bottlenecks that occur at various locations under different circumstances and therefore add value to events. Since Uitjesbureau works with multiple entertainers, different clients, and different events, it's kind of hard to tackle those bottlenecks. I did this by sending out an evaluation form to all entertainers who had done multiple events and to ask them what situations occur at the events. Questions that are asked during the questionnaire are things like: is the location set up according to the agreements? Is the venue ready when we're there? Are there actually any technical problems, and does the location help with those technical problems? And is the staff aware of the special needs of any clients, and if they are even always present during the time of the event? Customer care is discussed. So when a situation occurs, who steps up? Is it the location or is it the entertainer? And how can Uitjesbureau add value during those events? The result of the questionnaire is that often last minute changes aren't being read by the locations. Also, the materials that are being brought prior to the event are being replaced by the location and are untraceable for the entertainer. After the event, there is no specific time frame when the materials are being collected can be in the way for the location. Staff during the event is unaware about the agreements regarding consumption. If a screen is not visible for all guests or internet connection fails, it doesn't show as a proper event. As a result of the interviews, multiple solutions were generated. As a start, entertainers could be able to pick up the materials that are needed for the event so that at the location there's never the problem that materials cannot be found or that they're placed at the wrong location or people from the location replace them. A con of this is that most of the entertainers live somewhere else and don't have access to a car. Therefore, they need to travel all the way to the office, and at the end, they have to do back. This will cost a lot of money to travel, more money fee. Uh, a pro is that the materials can always be found and that the entertainers can already check the information before they are actually arrive at the location so their setup is more at ease. A second solution is to send the last email on a later stage so that all information can be correct. A pro of this is that um, all the information should be clear and that the location can check everything in their email. A con of this is that we often notice that locations don't really check their email the day before because hospitality is often there on the floor instead of in the office, and that information is not communicated with the staff that's actually on working on the event. And from our customer point of view, their information changes even the day itself. So if we send it 2 days before, we have a bigger chance that locations still look at their email and that they can actually communicate than that they have no information at all. To resolve the problem, like technical problems and the visibility of the location, IGS Bureau can make a location document where all information about locations are stored. Pros about this is because there's often a change at the sales department that they can always check how many people fit in, how good is the visibility, and for which events the location is actually suitable. A con about this is that it has to be always up to date, so you should find one main point where you can share this information about the locations and that everybody adjusts and doesn't do it in multiple ways, but this is actually feasible. Another solution is the online platform. On this platform, we can adjust all the information about the event, and the entertainer can get access to a certain event when they subscribe to host an event. Um, it's a good way to share information, to find everything like manuals about the event, what should be there, like extra microphones and stuff like that. The only con is that new with the new privacy law, we should be very clear about what kind of information we store online to prevent from getting in trouble with the government. But otherwise, it is a good way to share information, and it gives the entertainer the possibility also check the information beforehand and communicate the information with the location. And often we get called on our emergency telephone with questions about the agreement, and they can be all stored at the online platform. Overall, my company supervisor is very happy with the concept advice and already had me started on the location documents. Nevertheless, the online platform is under scope because of the new privacy laws regarding client information, so they're not sure if they are able to go through with that concept advice. Overall, they gave me a 8.3, and I'm happy to do it because I got more insight about the event industry and learned more from this professional product.